Alright, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hope y'all had a good fucking weekend. We got a good little video today, a little open-minded discussion. We wanted to talk to you guys about, and we just gonna clear the air about how it is dating interracially. The good things, the bad things, if there is any, and just like a lot of what would be the word like assumptions,
Yeah.
different things like that.
And we're just gonna kind of share our perspective on it.
Yeah, that's all we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I guess a good way to jump into this is, what did you think it was going to be like coming into the relationship, if you did have any like preconceptions or anything like that?
I didn't have any preconceptions.
So,
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with that. I actually think that's a good thing.
I don't know. Did you have any?
I actually didn't think about it either. It was more just like we were just vibing, whatever.
Yeah.
But certain things did come up along the way that kind of reminded me that we come from two different places. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, that just like follows the narrative of my life. I like doing things differently. I like exploring outside of the box. I like things that I'm not used to, things that make me think differently, and that's been like the narrative of, well, one of the narrative of our relationship.
Yeah, and I think that's so true because that's the same for me. All the things that were different about us made Jay more attractive, honestly. Yeah, so just like kind of jumping into it, was there like what does your family think about dating interracially?
I don't know, like outside of my intermediate family, I don't really know, but definitely my mom, my sisters, like they don't care about stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like you're just another person, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe because I got a lot of people like from the country, like real southern, and they're older on top of that, so they might have some preconceptions, but even if they do, I'm sure it's not negative. But the biggest thing I wanted to say to you guys is just like, outside of the relationship you're in, if you are in some type of interracial relationship, outside of you two and your family, you shouldn't even really care about
What other people think.
yeah.
I mean, this is gonna sound so cheesy, but you are attracted to who you're attracted to, and you love who you love. I mean, that sounds like so cheesy, but in a way, it's like facts. That's just the way it is. Yeah.
Honestly, even if my family, felt some type of way about Rachel, uh, unless it was valid, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna live my life how I want to. I'm not living it for nobody else. So,
Yeah.
But my family is very, very loving towards Rachel, and her family is very loving towards me. So, we got lucky with that in that sense.
Yeah, and I haven't met Jay's family, but Jay has met my mom and my sisters and some of my brothers. There's a lot of them, so he's met a couple.
Yeah, they're very cool. Race has never come up. I didn't expect it to. And everybody I met, was very different from people I've met before, and I like that. It gave me different perspectives and very, very nice, welcoming people. So yeah.
When I was little, I kind of grew up in like an all-white kind of prominent, I don't know, school childhood. And then when I was 8 years old, I went to Thailand and was there for a couple of months. And so it was just all Asian. So I think just like at a young age, being surrounded by people that were all different from me, I don't see, like, I'm not gonna say I don't see black or I don't see white or whatever, but I don't like see, I mean, they're just humans. You know, like, we may look a little different, but it's just the same as someone being, like, thick and someone being skinny or something.
I think that's very
someone
real.
being dark or someone being light.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you may say, okay, well, I mean, it's not that you don't see color, but it doesn't matter. But what about the cultural differences and stuff? And I think along the way, like you said, we kind of figured out that there was some difference. And at least for me, most of it is just language. Yeah.
It's not like we ignore our differences.
Yeah.
We definitely dive into that. But, you know, I don't think anybody should be demonized if they feel like they don't see color. Like, that's very valid for some people, you know.
Yeah, I think what really kind of shook me, we went to go see this movie one time, and I don't even remember what it's called, but I will make sure I figure out for you guys.
What was it? What was it about?
Oh, well, it was just about, like, black people and prejudice and black rights and that kind of thing. And I just had to, like, remind myself that Jay is black, which sounds completely ridiculous. Like,
yeah, that's kind of crazy.
I know, it's just crazy. But I just had to, like, remind myself that, like, you know, Jay is black, and of course he probably goes through, like, different things. I mean, I know he goes through different things than I will ever even experience. But like, from my perspective, I didn't see him as, like, a different human being or anything. I don't know. Yeah.
You know, it might sound crazy to hear that, but I definitely believe her when she says that, because I'll give you an example. Like, we like pretty, like, just spontaneous. We just do things on a whim sometimes when we're out and about. And sometimes I literally have to, like, stop her. And I never really explain this to her, but I have to be like, nah, I'm not doing that. And now you know.
Yeah.
It's because, like, certain things I don't feel comfortable doing because I am black. And so, like, I have to be kind of mindful. Like, yes, I want to do some crazy shit, but at the same time, like, it's perceived differently, you know, between the two of us. And, you know, I have to kind of be mindful of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And the other night we were kind of talking about how, well, at first you said, like, I don't act any different around, like, black people or white people. But then we got, like, into more discussion about it, and I was like, what? No. It's like, I've seen you. You are so much more relaxed, so much more, like, and not necessarily outgoing, but just, like, forward. Do you think that, like, affected you and, like, how you interact with people, like, or our relationship?
It's just, like, to put it simple, it's just basically, I know a lot of the slang I use is gonna be, like, they're gonna know what I mean or what I'm saying when I use certain words or phrases. I know they won't feel threatened if I make certain gestures, or if I'm being more animated. You know what I'm saying? And so, me, I want people to feel comfortable when they're around me. You know, I don't care for to be around people that is you know, second guessing themselves or just feel uncomfortable. So it's just that aspect. You know, I know certain people, mainly black people, understand you know, just normal, natural things I do or say, and yeah, that's probably why it seemed that way. But I think it's crazy that, you know, I didn't realize that until she brought it up to me. And that's one of the cool things about being in an interracial relationship. You know, you kind of notice different things like that.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
What's some things that I've said or done that's like kind of threw you off a little bit?
Okay, so one time this really threw me off. He was like, "Oh, that's so stupid," and I was like, "No, that's not stupid. Like, what are you talking about?"
I'll be like, "You stupid."
Yeah, and he's like, "No, it's funny."
Yeah.
And that's just like the little things that I'm learning. But yeah. So sometimes like things can be taken
Makes
a
sense.
different way.
Yeah.
But it's really cool because then I feel like I'm learning like kind of a whole new
But see,
meaning to
that's
words.
why I can't always like let loose how I want to, because it can
Yeah.
be perceived the wrong way, and then that's like unwanted drama and stuff. Like me, I don't even like to talk a lot. To be honest, I don't want to have to explain like go into this whole monologue about how stupid really means you funny, but I didn't mean it like that. And then the rest of the night they're thinking, what if he did? You know, that whole thing. Like,
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's kind of sad, but
it's not sad.
I
It's
remember
just different cultures. You know?
Yeah, different cultures. Yeah. Where I say like, shoot a pickle.
Yeah, she got some ones too, like
but those is weird.
ready spaghetti, all this crazy shit, but it's funny. You know?
Yeah. But I thought it was even cooler that like people in Chicago versus people in New York or South Carolina, they all have a different like slang, which is so freaking epic. Like so cool.
If you're black, you know, like black people around the U.S., probably the world too, like it's different vernaculars. You know, further up north, like Baltimore, down south, obviously. Detroit area. It's like a whole Philadelphia, like a whole bunch of different. Some things I noticed that's different about her. You know, I've said before, the way they eat is way different. Black people eat super unhealthy.
But it's so good.
Yeah, it's good for sure.
But yeah, just not what I'm used
to. They eat really healthy and really good. The food is really good. You know what I'm saying? The stuff they do, it's like a running joke. You know, white people activities, hiking, skydiving. You know, swimming.
But it's so much fun.
It is. You know,
and you're gonna enjoy outside.
Yeah, definitely gave me new perspective about life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you need. You need to expand your view of the world by meeting new people, trying new things, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's cool that we get to like pull from each other, and it's kind of like we're like, I don't know, kind of merging. You know, we get to figure out new things and discover new things, new opportunities, new experiences and stuff. And I just can't wait until like we go and meet your family, and then and then I get to discover like a whole new set of everything.
I have to set up a hidden camera just to see her face.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be like, what did you say?
Like a deer in headlight.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, slow down. Wait. Oh, no. One person at a time.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me. It's really hard for me to like understand what people are saying.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough couple of days.
Yeah, especially like when he's talking to other black people, it's like, whoa, slow down. And my face just goes like, what did you say? Like, I'm so confused what's happening right now.
I understand.
But it's really cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
sometimes when I'm around other black people, like, I have trouble understanding them. So it's like, I get it.
Yeah.
So we talked about, like, a lot of the good things, you know, about being interracial. Is there any, you know, bad things?
Well, I mean, like, I want to say no.
No, we're just talking about you. So if it's
I know.
For you, just say it's not.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But the thing is that I'm like trying to become more aware of my surroundings and people around me and stuff. And you know, like, I don't like it if someone literally walks all the way around us. You know, they're literally like, we're like working out in the park and stuff, and they'll go all the way around and then over or something like that.
But even that, sometimes, like, I don't think that's a racial thing.
Or just like uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, they don't want to interact.
Like, I'm sure you guys notice, like, when you're out in public, like, I don't know, some people are just like not that social, or like maybe it's a fear of people they don't know. I don't know. Could be that, but you know, it happens so many times with us. It's like, you know.
Yeah. Like, it's just weird. But honestly, like, I mean, I am trying to become more observant of my surroundings,
Yeah,
but I don't really notice a lot. Like, if it's there, I don't notice. I don't notice people, like, being uncomfortable or anything, because I don't even care. Like, whatever.
Rachel be in her own world. Like, I'm sure if you got to be in Rachel's mind, like,
oh my gosh,
it would be like some type of Disney movie, like constant singing and random birds, like, yeah. But you know, every once in a while, I try to point different stuff out to her, just so like, if something ever do happen, or um, it won't be a surprise for her, really. So yeah. But for me, it's nothing really like, I notice like a lot of people that look like me. They base their worldview off of stuff they see in the news or like social media. I refuse to do that. Like, I could easily go around, claiming all these racial uh, things, and I'm not gonna do that. Like, in my worldview, like, I don't really ever experience racism. Obviously, it happens every once in a while, but especially when I'm with Rachel, like, nobody has nothing to say to us bad. Like, more than not, like, people are complimenting how well we look together.
Yeah, they're like, you guys are a cute couple or something like that. Yeah.
So I'm not ever gonna like succumb to that victim mentality of like, oh, people don't want us to be together. Like, it's not that. And I feel very comfortable with Rachel. So
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and I think like going back to the media and stuff like you said, I don't know, I think you have to pull it from your own experiences. And of course, like, where you're at matters too.
That's true.
I think we're really like blessed here in Hawaii.
I didn't think about that.
But I'm sure if we went other places, like, like, I was just reading, it used to be illegal for interracial couples to get married, and it just got abolished in 1967. That's not very long ago. I was so surprised. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, but
so like, I'm sure where it's at.
I'm glad you brought that up, because like, I want to know, like, how do you think you would handle something like that if it did come up? Like, somebody just come up to us like, why y'all together? Like, y'all should, like, just being disrespectful, that type of stuff. Like, how you think you would handle that?
I think, at least for me, I think when you can walk away, you walk away.
Yeah.
When you can't walk away, you fight.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'd just be like, we love each other, and then I would just like walk away.
That's really all you have to do.
I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure, would be like, oh, whoa, why are you standing up? Why are you fighting? But the thing is that this is, for some people, it's like an innate belief.
Mm-hmm. There's no point in fighting them.
It's the same as them thinking that, like, murder is wrong or some stupid thing like that. So why waste my beautiful day and argue with them?
Talk your shit, girl.
Yeah. But what about you? Yeah?
No, the same thing. Like, and it's been the same for me in the past on my own when I deal with it. Like, it's funny to me. Like, like, at one point, like, when I first learned about like what racism was, I would get mad. But it's like, the more I mature, it's like, it's funny. And if I was with you, as long as they wasn't being aggressive and trying to like, be physical, I'm just gonna laugh and walk away. Like, and like she said, it was a great point. These people like that think like that, like, that's like saying the sky is blue for them. Like, they believe this with all their heart, and so to try to argue with them, try to get them to see a different way, like, it's futile. Like, you just gotta go about your business. Don't let it ruin your day. Like, just keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So growing up, did you grow up in like a predominantly like black community?
Some parts I did. We moved around a lot, so yeah. Sometimes I did, but majority of my life it was very like it was pretty balanced. You know, white, black. I got to see people from other parts of the world. People that like they actually bring their culture to school with them. Like
This is cool.
yeah. So
You can learn so much new things.
yeah, I'm glad I had that because you know it kept me from being uh, uh, what's the word? It just
closed-minded.
Yeah. I was more accepting of you know people that look different from me, dress different from me. So yeah, it was cool, and I think honestly dealing with stuff like that makes you a better person, you know, because it gets you ready for the real world. The real world is nothing better, honestly. And now I'm like I said, I probably I honestly if I went through school not dealing with that and then I dealt with it as an adult, probably did something stupid, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it got me ready. It got me ready. What about you? You dealt with stuff like that?
Nope. No.
And that's
the biggest thing that's ever happened is people being like, where are you from? You kind of talk weird. But no.
Say roof.
Roof?
She just changed it for y'all. I just want y'all to let y'all know. But that's probably why you have the worldview that you do. Like you don't see color because nobody ever made it an issue. That's good, I think.
Yeah. And I don't know. I find myself kind of like migrating towards people who are different than me. It doesn't even have to be color or anything like that. It's just I love experiencing new things and finding out new things, and you know I learn so much and I find new things that I love. So
I'm very open minded.
Yeah.
I like being around people like that. I've definitely met people that think you shouldn't really vibe with nobody that's you know outside of your race, and honestly, I thank them for telling me that because you know I don't really want to be around them like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And why do you think they think that? Like,
just like
what? Just because?
Probably like it's either like they was raised like that, or it's like they came across some information in their life to make them think that, whether it was experience where you know maybe they ran into somebody that was like very racist and they made that extreme decision to not mess with people like that because they put everybody that looks like that person in the same category, generalized them, you know what I'm saying? Or they had somebody in their ear like telling them like, hey, this is how it goes, and they believed it and then go off of how they felt, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if everybody goes off of love, it might sound cheesy, whatever, but I always go off of love. Somebody can't come in my ear telling me that I gotta hate a certain group of people because that doesn't go off of love. You know, I give everybody respect until you
lose it.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I go. But I think we need to wrap it up because I'm hungry as fuck.
Oh, I have so many more questions. We might have to come back.
We might have to make a part two or something because this is an actual good conversation. And I'm sure there'll be people that maybe disagree. If you do, drop it in the comments. Let us know how you feel, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, I can laugh at your disrespectful comments, you know what I'm saying? Now it's playing.
Or I can learn a new perspective. That too.
But yeah, I'm about to go get some food. Thank you guys for supporting us, watching the videos, and we definitely enjoy making the videos for you guys.
Definitely.
Yeah, peace out.
We'll see you next time.